Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Same Bet. Last week I made a quick trip down to the Kansas Star with the intention of being there for about 15 minutes. I wanted to run the Cleveland Shuffle, get in, get out, and get gone. But something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong, and I found myself down about $600 within about 30 minutes. And I spent about 2 hours trying to grind my way back. Now, my buddies there at the Crap Station, I was crying to them, and they said, well, here's a couple of things that you might try. You got to recognize when you're in this kind of a situation, and what are you going to do about it? Mel Lumho over at Craps Hawaii has a strategy he calls Stop the Bleeding, and we're going to give that a shot on the table today. It's a very quick 3 hits and out, and that's it. You got to have some discipline. You got to be willing to take a little bit of a risk, and if you do, you're apt to make a little bit of money. All right, let's check it out. All right, so for the purposes of this video, we're going to start with a $500 bankroll. Now, you could be anywhere within your bankroll and use this strategy. It's meant to be kind of a switch up, a go-to type of strategy when you have a choppy table, maybe 4 or 5 rolls before going out, but no less than that. All right, so I've got $10 on the pass line. We're going to establish a point, 6, 4, 10. 10 is going to be our point. Now, here we go, guys. We're going to set up quite a bit of money out here. We're going to have about $152, I think, in play in total. So what we're going to do is we're going to put $30 on the 5 and 9, $36 on the 6 and 8, and a $10 field. So you're going to win something on every roll unless you happen to get a 7. And this is risky, guys. So like I said, you got $150 out there. A 7 comes early, you're going to lose that $150. Now, if you're down already and you're trying to get this as an infusion and you lose, it could be kind of devastating. You probably want to take a break after that. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties with camera number 1, so we're going to be on this screen for just a minute. We rolled a 6, 3, 9. That's the best number that you can possibly get here because you're going to win the place bet and you're going to win the field bet. So the place bet's going to win $42. The field bet's going to win another $10. So we're going to take $52. Pull it back and rack that for the profits. Then get ready for roll number 2. All right, so we should be switching back here just any second. Any day now. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're still set up. We're looking for hit number 2. Dice are out. And we get a 2, 1, 3. Okay, so here's where the field comes in to save us. Field hurts us really on that 6 and 8, but it saved us right there. We made a few bucks. Okay, we brought the dice back. We're going to look for hit number 3, and then we're going to take it all down. And I can't stress that enough, that this is a disciplined move right here. That you've got a lot of money at risk, and it's a hard 4, so we'll get another $10. You've got a lot of money at risk. You want to get your infusion of cash and turn those bets off or pull them down, whatever you want to do. Now, I'm the shooter in this case, so I've still got $10 on the pass line. I got to keep going. Now, what number we're looking for now is a 10. A 10, we're going to win that pass line. A 7, we're going to lose it, and it goes to the next shooter. Now, I have the advantages. I know what's going to happen here. We're going to go on a roll here. Like I said, this particular strategy is meant to be on a choppy table. Well, this is not a choppy roll. This is actually a pretty decent roll. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story about why we're even talking about this. I kind of alluded to it earlier, that I went down to the Kansas Star with the intentions I was only going to be there for 15 minutes or so. I wanted about 6 hits and I was going to be done. And I was playing the Cleveland Hustle. I'd just done a video on it. It did very well. I played the Cleveland Hustle in Vegas, did okay on that. So I thought, okay, well, that could be a quick hit strategy, in and out. Well, shooter number 1, I think if I can remember the events right, he 7'd out early. So I had my lay bets, the $50 on the 4, $50 on the 10, 66 inside, and $14 on the hardways. And even though I had the lay bets, that wasn't enough. It didn't hedge it completely. I won $50 on the lay bets. I lost $66 on the inside, and I lost 14. So a net $30 loss right off the bat. Roll number 1. Then the shooter goes and shoots an easy 4. Another $50 gone. Then the shooter rolls an easy 10. Another $50 gone. If I remember right, I pulled it all down. I didn't want to bet on that shooter again. I was already too far in the hole to try to come out of it. So shooter number 2 comes up. The same exact thing happens. 7 out, another 30 bucks gone. Easy 4, easy 10, and I am just within 2 rollers in about 10 minutes. I'm down easily 200 bucks. Then I kind of go on a spiral. I tilted. I thought, okay, well, this can't happen again, and started to. Long story short. Oh, real quick, I just got the pass line right there. So we got just won 10 bucks. So long story short, we just kept throwing good money after bad results and ended up about $600 down, I think within about the first 30 minutes. I then spent a couple of hours just grinding away a win any way I could. And I had zero discipline, guys. It was textbook what not to do. And I'm glad none of you were there with me at the casino to see it. But yeah, I tilted and I tried to make my way back. After about 3 hours or so, I was down only 300. I had grinded my way back up a little bit, and I decided to take the loss. I'm going to take that $300 and call it lesson learned and get out of there. And the reason for that is I just felt that if I stayed there longer, I would probably slide backwards again. At some point, the tables are going to turn on me and I'm going to go backwards. So I just took that $300 loss, took my lumps, and went home and cried to my friends over at the Craps Nation. And that's how we got here. We started talking about what are the strategies that you would use to make a comeback. And my good friend George from Cyprus, he did a video a couple of days ago called Fight or Flight. And it was really all about my experience there and what would you do. And basically his advice comes is you don't fight the sevens. So if you're finding yourself in a hole, don't fight it. Just accept it, take a breather, take a break, and then try to get back into the game. And then my friend Mel from Craps Hawaii, he put this particular strategy out there, stop the bleeding, meant for a quick infusion of cash, get you back in the game, and hopefully the tables are going to warm up. It's up to your individual preference on what you do with it. I'm just saying that's what was happening to me. Now, this particular strategy, would I use it? Maybe if I was up quite a bit of money, but if I was already down, I don't think I would put 150 some odd dollars out there on a bad table after bad experiences. I think that would just be too heartbreaking to do a quick 7 out. That's just me. Now, a couple of other people within the Craps Nation are trying this strategy out. I believe Quackshooter, he's already got a video out there on this. And I believe 36 Full Press might be trying to do one here in a day or two. So you're going to see this strategy a couple of times. And it's worth seeing it with different people and different people's perspectives. I think that's one of the benefits of the Craps Nation. All right, so we're still going. That was a hard 6. We're still on the same hot shooter. Now, this is one of those times that I wish I was power pressing rather than playing scared and trying to take a quick win and get out. All right, let's see. Let's follow a couple of rolls and see how we're doing. Dice are out, and I forgot to go full screen on that one. Sorry, guys, I can't tell what that is. Looks like it could be a set. Yep. So that was it. 527. That was a good timing to come back in and take a look. All right, so you'll notice down in the lower right-hand corner, you see all my chips. That was the place bets from earlier. Instead of putting it back in my rack, I just pulled it down because I knew I was going to be putting them back up here in just a minute. And that's what we're going to do here. All right, so I've got $10 on the pass line, and I'm going to throw the dice and set a point. Here we go. Dice are out. And we're going back on the 9. Nine's the point again. Now, I'm going to tell you this. So I got to go set those bets up. Again, it's $30 on the 5 and the 9, $36 on the 6 and the 8, and $10 in the field. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to second guess myself here for a second and say, okay, I want to show this strategy with a random roll. And I'm going to take my pass line down as if I'm not the shooter and I'm betting on the next guy. So here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take those dice, shake them up, throw them against the back wall and see how it goes. And looks like it's going to go okay. It's a 4-1-5. Now you're going to lose the field on a 5. So you're going to lose 10 bucks, but you're going to make 42 on the place bet. So here we go. Count it all out. There's 25, 35, 40, 40. Ooh, I overpaid myself. I overpaid myself $1. Did you see that? So sorry about that. So I took $10 out of that and put it back in the field. Now we're looking for hit number 2. You're going to do the same thing. Pick them up, shake them up, throw them. Dice roll. And it's another 5, 3, 2, 5. So again, we're going to lose that field bet. We're going to make $42. Let's see what I do if I pay it right this time. There's 25, 35, 42. $42, $10 back in the field. The rest of the money back in my bank. All right, hit number 3. Hit number 3, and we're done. Shake them up. Let them roll. I didn't go full screen on that one either. So I lost the field, but I won something. So one of those numbers. It doesn't matter. All of them pay the same. They all pay $42. So I lost the field, so I netted $32 on that particular roll of the dice. All right, since this was a random shooter, I'm actually going to call it quits right here and see how well we did. You know, we made money on both of them. Let's see exactly what we come up with. Now, I'll also say this was best case scenario, guys. I didn't 7 out early at all, so take that for what it is. You know, anything can happen within 3 or 4 rolls, and if you're on a bad table, you know, and that 7 comes early, you're going to lose those place bets that you had up there. All right, so there we have the. Yep. Okay, so there's the $500. What I'm counting up now is the remainder, so that's going to be our profit. Color up a couple of greens, and let's see what we've got to work with. There's 100, 150, 160, 165, $169. 2 shooters, 6 rolls of the dice, 169 bucks. That's your infusion of cash. Not bad. All right, guys, there you have it. $159 after just 2 shooters. A great infusion of cash back into my bankroll that was desperately needed. All right, I give a quick shout out to Mel Ho from Craps Hawaii for coming up with this Stop the Bleeding strategy, and the rest of the Craps Nation people for listening to me and helping me through a difficult weekend. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll catch you next time.